Hello there, guys. I got a little bit of a different video here. This is David. Met him a couple weeks ago out in the Gulf. We're out fishing and ran into him out there and got to talking. He had just bought this flats boat and it was new to fishing and had a lot of questions and stuff. So I told him to take a look at some of my YouTube videos because I had a lot of how-tos and where to goes and how to do this and that. Then he ended up messaging me a little bit later and asked me if I wanted to go out with him and show him the ropes a bit. So we headed out and did a couple classes on running on the flats in the boat, some basic boat skills. Did a mangrove snapper class, and we caught snappers up to 19 inches. Had a little bit of a bait class of the different types of live bait and how to use them, how to throw a cast net, and did a little bit of shark fishing, caught some black tips, and then one of his main things he wanted to do before he left at the end of April was to catch a tarpon. So we had gone out one time before and I'd showed him the different places to go and the different lures, and he ended up picking up a tarpon rod and getting all the lures and all the right equipment for it. So we ended up picking up some live mullet, some pinfish, and headed over to the shark channel, and did pretty well. So I'll go ahead and give you a quick rundown on where we were at, and just so you have a general idea. So this is basically Shark Channel. This is the Geiger Key, my usual haunt. What's happening now is they are in there, not super heavy. You can go in there and if you take a look, you might see a couple rolling throughout the day. Not the usual every 10 minutes or so, where I know it's totally packed from top to bottom. They're definitely, you can see them right at the entranceway over here. And that's kind of where we decided to key in on, because just a little bit more guaranteed area to get into some action. It turned out to be kind of the perfect storm situation where we were going to catch the tail end of the outgoing tide, which is preferential, some sort of outgoing tide. This happened to be the perfect time where it was just coming to the end of the outgoing tide. It was also right at sunset, although he was kind of sketchy about staying there after sunset. I just told him that's when they're going to start feeding. That's the time to be out there. So we came in the evening, anchored up right around here. There are, it's hard to see on this, but right here and right here are the two markers for the channels for the passageway there, and right a little bit after that, within 40 feet or so, maybe up to 50 feet, it basically is the dead end for the channel there. So this pocket right where those two channel markers are, and just a little bit after that is a little bit of a heavier, deeper pocket, and that's realistically where the tarpon sit all the time, is just down in this little basin here. And the key way to do it, like I said, is to anchor up a little bit on the side here, and they'll come out the flats because it's a little safer for the kayakers staying out of the boating channel. Since we were in the boat, we ended up just sitting here on this deeper side cut, as the wind was kind of blowing a little bit from the top northeast side down. So we sat on this corner here, and David had a little bit of problem with bait management, so he let all of our mullet escape. So we were, and then burned through all the pinfish. So right at sunset, when the sun was just basically on the horizon going down, basically with the tarpon, it's a light switch. When they are going to feed, they're going to feed. So the whole area basically just exploded with tarpon jumping. They're chasing mullet everywhere, all the mullet skulls, they're just leaping out of the air on the flats, just beaching themselves, chasing bait. And knew it was basically pretty much 100% that we were going to get our bites, just a matter of hooking up correctly. In the scale of probably 3 minutes. Once they started biting, there was one other uh, skiff, had a little 12-foot skiff with a couple guys on it. And then within a matter of probably less than 5 minutes, when all the activity started, both of those guys were hooked up and were coming down with tarpon on. And then David got onto his tarpon, and it was just a matter of they were just all around us, just rolling, jumping. It wasn't just a normal slow rolling, gulping for air. These were launching out at anything coming down through the water there. They were just attacking everything. So we had probably 3 or 4 blow-ups before we got that one finally hooked. And we were good to go. So evenings are good. Nighttime is better. During the summertime, especially when it's dead calm, I definitely do the nighttime out there. It's not like Key West where there's boat traffic all over there. This is very out of the way. It's super quiet there, so you don't have to worry about boats. Very nice place to be in the nighttime. But yeah, definitely outgoing tide, evening time. If you can catch those matching up, it's a really good time to catch a tarpon. And then more and more they'll fill up, then they'll start pushing it away up farther up here where you'll see them where there's just so many of them that it's just stacked all the way to the to US 1 basically. Anyways, go ahead and check out the video there and you can see Dave in action and see him catch his tarpon. Thanks.
We don't want to bring them in green, so just keep fighting them. If you bring them up to the boat right away, it's just going to be a bitch. Alright, follow them around. You're going to have to go underneath. Okay, run to the back there. Keep your rod tip way down, way down, way down, way down. There you go. There you go. Good job. There you go. Good. What you're doing is good. Yep. Push back. He's all the way up that way, so come up this way. Just keep pressure when you're walking. Want to keep him off that anchor line. It's alright, he's turning. Him out.
Talking to him or me?
Him.
Say he's tired, but he'll make a liar out of me.
Yeah, it's gulping for air, so.
Me too.
Yeah, he's tiring out.
How big?
That's a little guy.
Is he?
Yeah. Okay, go down to the deck.
Oh, good. Anyway, hold on. There you go. Beautiful tarpon, courtesy of Steve. Beautiful. Thank you. Good.
Good?
Yep, thank you.
You want to hold him?
Yeah.
No, you're going to hold him in the water, and I'm going to drive the boat and we're gonna get air into them. I'd do something with your phone.
Okay. Hold on.
Got it?
I don't know.
Well, you should use 2 hands. Drop that, put that phone somewhere. Okay?
I got it.
Okay. Now to get us forward. And you can just hold his head down in the water. And say hello to the GoPro.
Hey, GoPro. I'm gonna bring him up here, GoPro.
Okay, go ahead.
He's a beauty. Can I let him up? May I let him go?
Yep. Well, no. We're gonna air him out for a bit. He's pretty tired. Just like that. No, just in the water. That's how they breathe the water.
Take it away. Oops, there he goes.
There he goes. That's it. Come.